Hey, Luca here. So, how do you ship software on time? That's the evergreen question, and the number one advice from Agile is to break down work in small pieces and get frequent feedback. But in my experience, this is not enough. In fact, for any non-trivial project, there is always additional work that spawns over the course of it. And most of it comes exactly from feedback, like other features you didn't know you need, tweaks, bugs, and more. Which is healthy. In fact, you should get suspicious if it doesn't happen, because chances are you're not getting enough feedback. However, scope creep can easily derail all deadlines and create friction on priorities. So what do? To avoid this, you can break down the project timeline into sequential time-boxed stages. For example, you can use the first half on core features, then 30% on learnings and secondary features, and finally a 20% on more testing, bug fixing, and final tweaks. So let's say you have a 6-month project for which you're working on scope and requirements. Start by identifying a subset of the core features on which to spend the first half, that is 3 months. After 3 months, look at the project status. Are you on track? Are you late? How much new stuff has surfaced? So you may have now a backlog with some leftovers, there are a few core items still to complete, then all the minor features, secondary stuff, and some learnings, so tweaks and additional features that came from the learning and the feedback over the first months. Now, together with stakeholders, sit down and reprioritize this and figure out what to fit in the next 2 months. And finally, in the last month, focus on convergence, do the final tweaks, more QA, and bug fixing. So, some FAQs that I can anticipate. Some may ask, isn't this waterfallish? The answer is no, because you're still demoing stuff every week, testing, getting feedback, and changing how you work. It's just that you do the most important items first and time box the various stages. Another question might be, what if my core features take more than 50% of the time? You can go for it, but be aware of what you're leaving on the table. In my experience, you can't really avoid the final tweaks. So if you want to stay on time, you're likely penalizing tasks that come from learning, which is usually not a good deal. I wrote a massive guide on how to plan and execute software projects last year, which is one of the most popular refactoring articles ever, and I'm attaching it in the video details. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening. If you found this chat valuable, you can subscribe to the show on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. Also, please consider giving us a rating or leaving a review, as that really helps other listeners find the show. You can find all past episodes and learn more about the show at refactoring.fm. See you in the next episode.